Hero Podcast episode, I want to say it's 33. It could be all the way wrong, but it is what it is. Episode 33. A pleasure to have you guys all here today. We're on a roll when it comes to subscribers, so let's just keep it going. And we appreciate everyone watching and listening. I'm the host of the most, Kobe Galen. Pleasure for you also to join us today. Join with me and my two brothers, partners in crime as usual. Sean Tama, what's going on, my brother?
Going on, y'all? I'm doing all right. Can't complain. I'm happy to be back. I know it's been a while, but we're back in action. We're back to make some good content.
Yeah, we are so back. We appreciate you guys watching the content. Grade 8, Austin James.
Oh, I gotta change my name. What's up, people? It has been a minute, but we're glad to be back, man.
Has been a minute. Life comes at us quick sometimes, man. Little swerves and everything. Health, kids, a dog. Life comes at us quick sometimes.
Life, bro.
Life. So what we're gonna talk about today is, we're gonna focus a little bit on, if you haven't watched it yet, on Amazon Prime, Batman Cape Crusader. I'll say this, it's really, really good. I feel it's really, really good. Is it the best DC animation? Probably not. Not at least not yet. Still a little early. Jury's still out for me. But I enjoyed it quite a bit. I like that it was almost like a Freak of the Week episode. You didn't really have to. I feel like there's no overarching plot as far as the season and everything. I think every episode you could just jump right in and do your thing. And everything, but I'll share the rest of my thoughts in a minute. We're not going to really talk about episode in particular. We're really just going to focus on overall vibe. Austin, what's your feel and take? I know you said you're several episodes in, but overall, what do you think so far?
Yeah, I think it's a nice change of pace. Like you mentioned, like I haven't seen the entire season yet. I just started it the other day. But yeah, it's a nice change of pace. I do like the vibe of it all. It's a nice spiritual successor from like the old school animated series.
Yeah.
We've had a lot of different Batman series. Some of them have actually done really well.
Yeah.
I think what was it? I think it was Beware the Batman or The Batman that got a few awards actually.
Yeah. Yeah, the
when
Batman.
it first came out. Brave and the Bold, it's been a million years, and then we've got the whole like DC animated universe films and stuff like that. But TV series, though, it's pretty good. I think it's pretty good. There's a lot of hype behind it, that's for sure.
Yeah, it was. Nah, that trailer was hype too. What do you? I know you haven't watched much of it, Sean. What's your feel thus far from what you're hearing and what you're seeing?
Honestly, I only saw maybe like 3 minutes of the first episode.
Yeah.
And I've been so busy, I haven't had a chance to sit down and actually watch it. But I know you said it was good. You enjoyed it. I do like the old style animation.
Yep.
Yeah.
I like the feel of like the old Batman animated television show.
Yeah.
I'm interested in hearing what you guys have to say because I have seen some mixed reviews.
Yeah. Yep.
And yeah, it's kind of like, some people enjoy it a lot. Some people are like, it's not my cup of tea.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I feel like the vibe could be good. What do you guys enjoy like most about it? I personally like the animation behind it.
Mm-hmm.
Is this supposed to be like right off the back of the Batman animated series, or is this like an entirely new thing?
Entirely new thing.
Yeah, this is a entirely new thing. Like just by a couple of examples, like it almost has like it 100% has almost like a 50s noir sort of feel to it.
Okay.
So
It seems like it's like earlier in his career too,
yeah,
which was cool.
even down to like technology. So he's not kicking and doing martial arts like the Batman we know. He's punching and maybe some judo throws. They're not using laser guns, they're using like revolvers and Tommy guns, for example, so they know what they are as far as like the time period, just by intention.
Okay.
And so there's that big change of pace. And so it almost has a feel of like the Batman, a little
Okay.
bit to me as far as like the movie.
Yeah.
So, and even like Bruce Wayne, like, in my opinion, this is probably the most he's close this the Bruce Wayne, not Batman, is closer to the Robert Pattinson Batman, I guess a little bit than he is to anything else. Because this Bruce Wayne, he's kind of a weirdo.
Yeah.
So like, you know what I mean? Like
What do you
he doesn't know how to like communicate with like
Socially.
others. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Like he's real when he's Batman. That's him. But Bruce Wayne is the mask where Batman is the real person. And
Okay.
then and also one other thing I'll point out, like he's a total jerk to Alfred. Like
Really?
yeah,
Yeah.
like it's not that father-son relationship. Like he doesn't look to him as like a father, at least not at the end of the series. He starts calling him Alfred, but the whole season he calls him Pennyworth and treats him like a butler,
Yeah.
and rather than that father figure that we're kind of used to. But
Hmm.
yeah, he's
Okay.
a whole jerk to Alfred. Yeah,
I could see why people would be turned off probably by like the initial first episode
yeah,
because of the drastic changes.
yeah,
People will be turned. I think people would be turned off by the first episode, like they'd be turned off by anything
yeah,
that's like kind of like being revamped or redone or that's considered woke or whatever. I mean, you got Commissioner Gordon and Barbara, they're black.
yeah,
You got Penguin's a girl.
yeah, yeah.
So people will trip over that stuff, but it wasn't enough. I don't think it was enough to be annoying, honestly. I thought it was because it seems like this series is supposed to be its own thing and it knows what it is.
Yeah.
Seemed like the changes seemed like welcomed because it's like it's a twist on what you already know.
Yeah.
So it didn't bother me per se. It didn't seem like they were just throwing it in there just to throw it in there. It seemed like it
Okay.
actually made sense. Um,
Yeah, I was
then
thinking
again,
too.
yeah,
What Going back to what you were saying, I was gonna ask. So I think we talked about it before, how there was the Ultimate Universe for Marvel,
Mm,
and there's like a lot of differences in the stories that they have. But there's also the new universe with DC
mhm.
and how they have like the new origin of Batman and everything else. So this is supposed to be basically a different iteration of the Batman universe.
I could see that. I mean, if
Or is it just like
yeah.
another take on like the original?
I see it's kind of, I mean, when it first came out, like the trailer, I full on thought that this was just a continuation of animated
Mhm.
series. And then so then I watched like the first episode, and first episode is female penguin. Then
It's
I'm like,
interesting.
yeah, I'm like, yeah, it's its own
Yeah.
thing. It's just going, it's building its own mythos. Um,
Gotcha.
like they introduced Harley Quinn over Joker,
Oh
for
wow.
example, like halfway in, and she's not the bubbly Harley Quinzel that we're used to. She's like super dark and kind of monotone like this. When she's Harley Quinn, but when she's Harleen Quinn, when she's the therapist, she's super bubbly and everything. So I think
Oh,
they're
so
just
so
building their
she's
own
like in
thing.
it.
What's
So
that again?
she's like she has a split personality, as
I
in
mean,
her villain type
it,
thing.
it not really. It's the same thing as like Batman, as Bruce and Batman. Like,
Well, that's what I'm saying. So it's like she's Harley Quinn as
mhm,
like she's the villain, but
yeah.
she also has a alter ego,
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. She's
which
got
is
yep.
it's not
She
like she's just straight Harley Quinn now.
yeah, yeah. She's not a straight
Ah,
Harley Quinn. Like, she
okay,
still
okay.
does
They
mess up
focus
with.
on the Quinzel part.
Yep, yep,
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
All
Which is
right.
interesting.
Now,
You know
now
what?
I'm excited.
There's not a lot that actually shows that part of her.
No,
Because
there's
usually like nowadays, like they try to like glorify Harley Quinn even with her own show, but
yeah,
it's all kind of just stemming from the popularity of her being with Joker. I mean,
yeah.
she
Yeah.
was created via
For
Joker.
for Joker, yeah, yeah,
Yeah. So
exactly.
like she wasn't real until the animated series, but they don't really focus too much on her as the doctor side of things.
Nah,
Okay.
Quinzel part.
nah. A couple scenes like
Dang.
here and there. Maybe I would say some of the scenes are important, but you know,
Right.
I'm not gonna. You're not gonna remember and like.
Whatnot, or even the Dragon Ball Heroes anime
Mhm.
that is, I guess, I don't know if Toei license it, but basically it's what happens in like alternate universes where GT is an offshoot of Dragon Ball Z. So the Gokus from all the different universes like meet together. So our original Goku that's like Super Saiyan God, whatever, he meets Goku that's Super Saiyan 4.
Mhm.
And then there's another version of Goku where he meets he like trains with Wiz and he has like a whole different form and everything else. It's just different, but I like that. Like I love the I keep saying all the time. I love the Black Panther Ultimate
Mhm.
comic. You know,
So freaking good.
it's so good, and I like it because it's a completely different story, but it's a different feel.
Mm.
Like if it's like an episode a week, then it allows me to like, okay, I could just bang this out, or I could
Yeah.
catch up. It's only been 4 weeks, it's 4 episodes, it's easy. But when they drop the whole season,
Yeah.
sometimes it's tough. It's tough for me to just like sit there and be like, oh snap, there's 12, 15 episodes, and I gotta sit here and like to catch up, I gotta watch it all.
Yeah,
I almost
I'm
feel
not, I
obligated.
can't mentally break it up.
Yeah.
yeah. No, I
I feel
feel you. I think it too. It helps with the feeling
yeah.
of watching it.
Yeah.
We
What's
get
the
everything,
anticipation, bro?
yeah, and it's like we get everything dropped. It's almost as if it's like I can't split it up.
Yeah.
Like the fact that
Right.
you release
I
these
can't
10,
mentally
like
do it.
I
Right.
need to finish watching the 10. And then
Yeah.
Right.
I'm not doing nothing else but watching the 10.
That's the
So if we get the one episode, it's like okay, it builds hype, you know?
Yeah.
It's kind of like
Now
if you're watching it and it has like one slow episode,
yeah.
you're like, I'm not trying to watch.
sucks. It
Yeah.
sucks. And that's how Invincible kind of was. I can neither confirm nor deny watching it, but Invincible does that. Invincible, allegedly, I heard that Invincible had a multi-month gap mid-season. This is what I heard.
Yeah.
Like it was like 3 or 4 months between episodes for no reason. They did half the season, then there was a big gap, and then it popped back up.
I
But
think I heard the
Yeah.
same thing actually. Yeah.
Yeah, it
same
did.
thing, it dropped episode every week.
Yeah.
Now let me ask you this because actually I was thinking about this on the road to I want to drive home from work today. So we got Batman, we got Invincible, we got My Adventures of Superman, we have X-Men
Still haven't
97.
watched that.
But
Ugh.
My Adventures of Superman, I've been meaning
I
to.
love it. I
Yeah,
like
I've
it.
heard. No, I've heard good. I've
I
heard
heard
good
it's
about
good.
it. Same thing. I
Everyone's
just haven't. Yeah.
everyone
Dang.
says it's really good. And for better or worse, you got Suicide Squad, uh, and everything. So my
Oh,
question is,
yeah.
it feels like we're going in a direction of hand-drawn animations again. At least that's the curve lately.
I like that.
So not to
I
say that
like
we're
it.
gonna I like it a lot. I'm not saying we're
I
gonna
like
go totally back into the golden age back and was like Superman, Batman, X-Men, Spider-Man, back in the 90s, Young Justice, Justice League, yada yada. I'm not saying we're gonna go hard back into those days, but it feels like the trend is we're kind of circling back to things being hand drawn, which
it.
I'm totally down for over computer generated.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's very easy on the eyes actually to watch for some.
Yes, yes.
Like watching Superman Man of Tomorrow when they first dropped that the hand drawn for the DC, like the new DC.
Beautiful.
That was like very easy to watch for some reason. It
Yeah.
was a good,
Yeah.
really great movie, great story, great retelling of Superman, but it's like just the animation looks
Yeah.
really good. And
Beautiful.
I thought they've honestly done a great job animation wise because they've stuck with that now with this the
Tomorrowverse.
newer movies that have come
Yeah.
out.
Mhm.
Yeah.
The it seems like the trade-off is the animation looks great, but the plots for these movies are like they're jacked up, man.
Yo, this last one was bad.
What's the new Justice
Warworld, huh?
what's the new Justice League one that came out? It's like part
Uh,
Infinite
Infinite
Crisis,
Earths,
Infinite
Yeah.
Earths.
like 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Man,
Whack.
what the heck? I watched the first movie, and it's just Flash like tripping out for an hour and a half. I'm
Yeah, for
like,
real.
dog, I can't watch this. I had to turn it off. I had to
Yeah.
turn it off. I was like,
Yeah.
I can't get this. Warworld
Oof.
was pain to
That
watch because
was
I was trying to pay attention to it, and
I
I was like,
was trying hard. It was rough.
that hurt. And then when like the first 3 quarters of the film,
Mhm.
where it was like, okay, I'm trying to hang on. I'm
Mhm.
trying to hang on. They have their
Mhm.
own individual stories. Okay, I get it. And then just when you thought like it couldn't get any more confusing or trippy,
It did.
boom, the first quarter, fourth
Yeah.
quarter. And then that it just all went downhill completely for me.
I feel
That was
Yeah.
like after what was that movie? Um Long Halloween. I
oh
think
yeah.
I think that's when it
Batman.
just sort of yeah, after that one, I think as far as the Tomorrowverse, I think that's when it sort of went on a dip for me.
Yeah.
As far as quality, as far as story and whatever. Animations are
Yeah.
always gonna be there, but
And
that
even like it kind of seemed like Cape Crusader, because I know like the
yeah,
last couple episodes would focus on
yeah.
like Harvey and Two
Yeah.
Face.
Yep, it
So it just kind
is.
of seems like they're leaning on Two Face to kind of wrap up whatever these
Yeah.
days.
Yeah. I mean, I'll say Batman takes almost like a back seat.
Right.
Mhm.
Um, as far as that. And then, DC can't help to put Joker in anything. So they put him in like the
Ugh,
last
that
like
was annoying.
yeah, they put him in at the very last second as far as after credits, whatever you want to call it. And they can't help themselves. But I'm all Jokered out personally. And I'm
Yeah,
probably all Batmaned out, to be honest with you. Um, I don't know. That I guess that's a whole nother that could be a whole nother episode in itself.
that should
Um,
be the next episode.
being
I'm
Batmaned
all
out,
Batmaned out.
I
Are
am
you
all Bat.
Batman out?
Bruce, can we have a talk? Yeah, because I am.
Yeah, all right. So stick around,
Stick
people, for
around.
part two of this one.
I think we need. I think that'll be the next episode. We didn't have
Are you Batman
have
out?
one, but can we have a talk? But I am definitely on Batman out for sure. Um,
Yeah.
Overall, I mean, as
Wow,
far
that's a good one.
I
Yeah,
I I think that Cape Crusader, it's a really good show. Again, jury's still out. I don't think it is their best, but um, it's a strong foot forward. I still think for me, the best show they ever did was Young Justice.
Yeah.
mm.
Yeah. Young Justice was great.
Young Justice was great. It
I
was
could be,
good, very good.
I could be all day on Young Justice. I don't know. What?
Introduced a lot of characters that kind of like deserve some spotlight.
Yeah, yeah,
Um, yeah, held it down and a nice cohesive story
yeah,
across the season. So it's like you kind of didn't want to just jump into a random episode. You wanted to follow along.
yeah,
Yeah.
But they did good. Yeah, they did really good.
yeah. Real quick, what did you think of Batman's voice? I kind of like it.
And
In
Capes,
in
And
Cape,
yeah,
I didn't hear it.
I'm for it. That was
I don't know
Troy
who he was.
Troy Baker. I think that was Troy
Um,
Baker.
I can check the tapes. I don't know.
I'm gonna look it up right now, but I'm pretty sure that's Troy Baker because
Okay,
he's the one that's been doing
he
yeah,
did.
that's it.
It's him.
Yeah, he does a lot of Batman voiceovers actually.
He did. I was in for it and everything. I mean, no one's ever gonna touch Kevin Conroy, but that's okay.
Yeah, it's like if it's not Troy,
There's no nobody.
it's not anybody. But he's been holding it down for more than a few Batman films.
Yeah, because
That's
he was doing that in the video games too, right? Or
yes.
at least one of
Yeah.
the games, I should say.
I think he did Origins.
That's what it was. That's what it was. Yeah,
I could be wrong about that, but I think he did Origins.
the third game. I found a thing. So, dang. Well, all right. Well, you know what? I think we can run right into Death Battle.
Okay.
If
Okay.
anything, who did we choose again? I'm sorry, I'm forgetting what I'm remembering.
Oh,
Perfect.
was it Sung Wukong versus Hercules?
Sun Wukong versus Hercules.
I got nothing.
I say Sung Wukong.
I'll have to say, yeah, because honestly, I haven't. So I mean, segue onto the video game, Sean. I'm hearing some really great things. I saw that whole thing where they sold like 10 million copies in 3 days,
Yeah, it's
which
good,
is
man. It's
insane.
good.
Are we talking about the game with the monkey?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Black Myth Wukong.
That's
Planet of the
okay.
Apes,
Yeah,
yo,
yeah,
Caesar Unleashed.
yeah. It's yo.
Caesar Unleashed is diabolical.
So we're saying, I mean,
Apes together, strong, bro.
today
That
is a
funny,
wonderful day.
funny you said that. Funny you said that. My cousin, she's probably not watch. She's not probably not gonna watch this. But anyway, I was watching her. She's like she's 13, so she was over my house this weekend, and she's sitting in the room and she's looking at Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, and she's like, I was like, oh, I didn't know you like Planet of the Apes. She's like, yeah, ever since like you came over, I was just watching the whole thing.
All
And
right.
she's like, I've been watching it on repeat. And I'm like, yo, you're like, why do you like these apes so much? I'm like, yo, and then she comes up to me. She looks me dead in the eye randomly. She goes, ape strong together.
Oh my gosh.
I'm like, yo, you're disgusting right now. Why are you
Yo,
It's together strong. Oh,
I'm telling you,
okay.
I
I was
think
like, I
that's the
can
name of
only
our episode.
imagine getting up at like 3 a.m. I go to the bathroom. I see her from the living room just looking at me like with the ape sign. I'm
TV.
like, yo, get out of my face. But
I think
segue back on this.
Oh,
I gotta go with the simian, yo.
the Simian King, the Ape King,
I gotta go with the monk. I
Monkey
gotta go
King.
with the monk. Cause the thing is, I'll drop some lore, right? Um Sun Wukong has 7 layers of immortality.
hmm,
So he ate these peaches that allowed him to be immortal. He went to like Hades basically. And in the movie, like the Disney movie, how Hercules went to Hades
hmm,
and then he was, I guess, trying to save his girl or whatever. Anyway, he rolled up there and was like, nah, bump this. I'm supposed to be immortal. And he beat them up and then took the book of life and death and crossed his name out and crossed like all of the monkeys that he could find from his mountain. He crossed their names out so they won't die.
hmm.
And then he got immortality through like a whole nother thing. So he's like 7 layers deep with immortality. And then every strand of his body he can make into a perfect clone that has the exact same strength and like abilities he has. So he can take, I think he has 50 or 75,000 pieces of hair that he can turn all into clones.
Hmm.
And then those clones can do the exact same thing and do whatever he can do. So they all have 7 layers of immortality, like perfect copies of himself. His power pole, so Goku is based off of him. His
Yeah.
pole that he has was holding up, I think, the sea from like the dragon's lair in the ocean. And it weighs like 75,000 tons or something. I don't remember the actual number, but it weighs a lot. He swam down there looking for a weapon. The Dragon King was like, I'll give you whatever. He's like, now I want that thing. And it's a huge pole, like all the way from the bottom of the ocean to the top. They're like, you can't have that. He's like, oh, I'm gonna take it. So he goes over there. He literally takes it, shrinks it down. He just puts it in his ear and like flies off.
Hmm.
And he's
This is all in the
broken.
game too.
Yeah, it's like the lore
Yeah.
from the game. So
Wow.
he's like the Monkey King is the character that like somebody was like, yeah, but my character can beat your character, and that's what they did.
Yeah.
Like
They got
he's too
him
broke. He's too broken. You can't
Yeah.
beat him.
It's
based
pretty
off
much
of Journey to the West.
it's pretty much the
Yes,
discussion he
yeah,
had in third grade, if
exactly.
anything. Yeah.
My dad can beat your dad.
Yeah.
Somebody was like, "Yeah, my dad can beat your dad." Oh yeah, well my dad's a boxer. Oh yeah, well my dad like shoots boxers. So
You know,
it's like,
well
Basically.
my dad fired your dad, so there. Anyway.
exactly.
Yeah.
My
But
dad
Sun
owns
Wukong,
like your dad's gym.
he lifts all the weight. All right, Wukong. So Wukong wins.
Sorry,
I say
Hercules. I'm
Wukong. Yeah.
sorry.
I mean, Hercules is strong. Don't get me wrong, but he's a demigod versus like an actual, like a god.
Yeah, I've seen Hercules battered too many times to vote for him.
Yo, Kratos worked
Fact.
him.
Hercules be losing more than he wins.
Like Kratos really like rearranged his face.
Well,
Yeah.
whatever was left of it. Yeah.
Yeah, freaking meat
See,
puppet.
if anybody's listening to this too, though, this is if anybody's listening to this that follows me on Instagram, I said that Kratos loses to Sun Wukong and it's not even close. And
Mm,
I stand by that. However, I will change it up because the game lore Sun Wukong from the game versus like Kratos from the game, I will retract my statement and say game versions, I think Kratos takes Sun Wukong game version. But
mm.
if we're talking about the actual like Sun Wukong from Journey to the West versus Kratos, Sun Wukong beats him by a mile. But game versions, Kratos wins because I
Yeah.
wasn't even taking that into account. Like the game version of Sun Wukong is kind of he's cool. Like don't get me wrong, he has cool feats, but you have to watch the game or like listen to the lore behind it. And they changed up some stuff, so it's like there's
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
At this point, everyone's going to go off of the game. No
Yeah,
one's
and that's what I'm saying. Like everybody's gonna go off the game. So I'm like, if you go off the game, I will retract my statement and say Kratos does win in game world. But if we're talking about the actual like mythos of Sun Wukong, from Journey to the West, from the lore, all like he wins. But everybody's going off the game, so I give it to Kratos because he's literally killed like 3 pantheons of gods. Like you know what I mean?
basically.
Like Sun Wukong is fighting his own Chinese mythology, but Kratos killed the Greeks. I think in the comics he killed the Egyptians, and he killed the Norse gods.
I will say, he's kind of worked everybody at this point, bro.
I'm waiting for him to go after like Catholicism at this point. You know, might as well go after.
He's gonna fight Jesus.
If he fights, you can't fight Jesus.
That might be a lot.
Yeah. You wonder what's funny? I saw a post and it said somebody was like, if Kratos tried to fight Jesus, Jesus would show him the true love and humility, and he would like give up and change his ways. And I was like, I mean, I guess so, but I wouldn't want to see that in live action. Like Kratos travels to like I don't know,
Rome.
and
Jerusalem.
Yeah, he travels to Jerusalem, and I don't want to.
Yeah, and that's
that ends.
Thank
you guys.
Well, if you liked our episode, despite the controversial ending, hit the little bell button. Subscribe.
Comment, subscribe. Let us know what you guys think.
Don't unsubscribe. Just keep subscribe. Tell your friend, hit the like, subscribe button, and hit the little bell notification. So when a new episode drops, you let us know and everything. It'll let you know and everything. So that'll be it on our end. Stay tuned because we're gonna call Bruce. We want to have a little chat with Bruce Wayne. We'll catch you guys down the road. Peace.